Hi, boys and girls. It's Wednesday with Principal Sotero. Today, I have such a great treat. One of the things I know is that our students love melted cheese sandwiches, and so do I. So, this is a great opportunity for you to make a new melted cheese sandwich if you've never done this already. And I also know that boys and girls love pizza. So do I. So, I'm combining both today for a fun project for you to do while it's cold outside. A lot of boys and girls like melted cheese sandwiches and then warm tomato soup. Sometimes they even dunk them right in. I used to watch you guys in the cafeteria. But today you're going to dunk it in something a little different. It still has tomatoes, but it is only made with 4 ingredients today. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our melted cheese sandwiches into like a pizza sandwich. And I love to do that. So what we're going to do is take 2 pieces of white bread. You can use any kind of bread you have at home. So if it's white or wheat or any other type of bread you like. And for moms out there, guess what? I have a treat for you too, because I do keto and I'm going to show you that you could do this in keto style. So first thing is I'm going to put some melted butter, and I have it soft already on the counter, so it's nice. And I'm just going to smooth a little bit on the bread, kind of like painting. You know, when we're in class, we use our brushes and we paint. So I'm going to paint a little bit of this butter just around the whole perimeter of the bread. See? And then I'm going to do the second one, because there's 2 sides of our sandwich, right? All right, so I'm going to do the same thing here and smooth it right around. Now, you can use butter or margarine, whatever you have in your home. Now, today I have a griddle. So this is a big rectangle, and I turned it on. And the key to making really good, cheesy, melted cheese sandwiches is to do it on low, not high. So I turned it on so it's warm, and you know how I tell? Watch this. This is my little trick. So I take a little bit of water. Did you hear that little snap, crackle, and pop, kind of like Rice Krispies? Well, then I know it's ready. And the other thing is a lot of cheese. You can use any kind of cheese when you're making melted cheese, like American cheese. Sometimes we have processed cheese. Sometimes we have cheddar cheese. But today, what we know about pizza, mozzarella cheese goes on it. And so I'm going to first put down the buttered side. You see it's got all butter on. Oh, I hear a little bit of sizzling. And then I have another one, and the butter goes down. I hear the sizzling. So I'm going to put my cheese. Now I'm doing a 1/2 cup so that my cheese is nice and gooey. You could do this in a pan on the stove with mom or dad too, but I have it pretty high. Now, typically when I make it for me, I might put just like 1/3 or 1/4 cup. And I use, I use melted cheese like from mozzarella, that's 2%. And then for moms, if you're doing keto, you can get 0 carbs bread at Aldi's. Great bread. So you get to have this treat too. So we're going to cook it nice and slow because we want the cheese to be nice and gooey. One of the things that we do when we write stories at Center Street, we use lots of fun, creative words, magical words. We use chewy or gooey or creamy or smooth or delicious. So when we're describing something, we want to use all those adjectives. So today, we want you to say, oh, I want to make that. That sounds great, and it smells great, and it looks like it's going to taste great. So I have my cheese piled up on there. Now I'm going to check my bread. You know, I don't want it to burn. So remember I said you want to do it nice and slow. So now I know it has a little bit of crispiness to it. I'm just going to turn this right over and put it on my bread. Now you don't want to keep pressing it down because you want that cheese to melt nice, and you want it just to be a little brown on the outside. So you don't want a dark brown. So if we were telling a story about how to make this, we'd say you want a light brown on the outside of your bread so that the cheese could melt inside and it'd be nice and gooey, right? So we're going to let that just cook a little bit until we get that cheese melted. So what else do we need for pizza? Well, we need crust, we need cheese, and we need sauce. So I have some sauce here. Now this has no sugar in it, so you can have any sauce that you have. Sometimes we have ragu or prego or another type of sauce. Sometimes moms make their own sauce. I've made my own sauce too. But today I just want to let you know, I'll take some of this and I'll put it right in a bowl, just like we do for tomato soup. So let me go get a bowl, and I will get one out of my cupboard. And when I open my sauce, I don't need to have a bowl like a filled bowl, just a little bit in here because I'm going to use it to dip. So maybe it's a quarter cup, maybe it's a third cup. So just like when we have pizza, we want to have some sauce on it, right? So just like when you do your melted cheese sandwich, you dunk it in your tomato soup. That's good. We're just going to dunk ours into the tomato sauce. So I'm going to take a look and see how we're doing. Oh, it's looking beautiful. I'm going to time to flip it over. And how do I know that? Because it needs to be that nice golden brown. So hope you can see that. Let me see if I can get it up to the camera. Do you see? It's not burned. It has a nice golden brown to it, right? So that means it's going to be nice and crispy. So we want it to cook just a little bit more so the other side looks just as crispy. This is such a fun treat for you to do because it's something you love. It's something that's easy. And remember, 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients. Well, that's right, 4 ingredients. That's all we have to do today. So the hardest part is being patient and wait till it's done. Now, if you are with your family, you could do it in a pan, or if you have a griddle or something at home that's flat, you can make more than one sandwich at a time. So you can make one for you and one to share. So remember how we're talking about kindness counts at Center Street? This would be a great chance for you to say, Mom, I'm going to make us lunch today. And of course, your mom or dad or your grandma or aunt, somebody who's home, or brother or sister, might have to help you because you'll be at the stove or you'll be at some place that has heat, and we want to be very careful. But you can say, I'm going to make us lunch today, and it's pretty easy. Now, if you want with your sauce, you might not want it cold. You might want this to be warm or a little bit hotter. So that would be your preference, meaning that's what you would like to do. You could put it in the microwave a little bit so it warms it up. So I'm going to take a peek and to see how our cheese is. Oh, it's getting nice and gooey. Now, if you do a little bit of cheese, it won't be as gooey and creamy. And oh, we love that taste. And then when we pull it apart, you see the cheese. That's your chance to do that. So remember, if you put just a little bit, you won't get that. All right, I'm going to get a plate because I think it's almost ready. This is exciting. I'm very excited. All right. So I'm going to peek at it one more time just to see. Oh, it's looking good. Let's take a look at the other side. Has a little bit longer. So I'm going to show you what a little bit longer means. So do you see right here is a little white? Still not as brown as this side. So you see the difference? So this side has a little bit of white, so we want to get that toasted a little bit more. That's how I know it's just right for me. So we want that nice, crispy, brown, golden look. Not the white like the regular white bread. All right. And then I'm going to cut it in half, and you can cut it in a triangle if you like shapes. You can cut it right in half. It'll make like a rectangle almost, right? Sometimes I've known people to cut it in a rectangle and then cut it again. So they have 4 little pieces to eat and dunk. So they almost look like points, little small triangles. You could do that too. But one of the things I know when I'm cooking, I always like to cook things that, are yummy or remind me of something special. So I was thinking about you guys all week and how much I miss you guys. And I know kids love pizza. Kids love cheese sandwiches, melted cheese sandwiches. So this is a great opportunity for you. The other thing is you could be creative. You could add pepperoni to it. You could add maybe sausage to it. Whatever you like that's special to your pizzas, you can add that. You can put it right inside your sandwich and make it like a total pizza that you love. So part of this is when you go online and watch the video, I'll ask you a question. What else could you add to your pizza sandwich? And so you can get creative and think about that. Maybe you could add vegetables. Love vegetables. Could be all sorts of different types of vegetables. But we wouldn't want to add like something like ice cream or anything. All right. Oh, I think it's almost there. I know we've been super, super patient. All right. So I'm going to take it off our griddle and just put it right on my plate. I'm going to turn this off because I'm not going to make any more tonight. But if I was making more, then I would just keep lining them all up. So let's cut this into a triangle. I can hear the crispiness. And I see that cheese. Do you see it? Do you see how I'm squeezing it out? It's nice and gooey. Oh, it's going to be delicious. So you see, here we go. I know it's ready. It's ready to eat because that cheese is just oozing outside of my sandwich. So this is a fun thing for you to make. And it's a great reminder that when you're writing stories and all those creative stories that I love, love, love to read, you want to use those magical words to spice it up. We use the words like golden brown and crispy and crunchy. We use words like gooey and smooth and cheesy. That describe what my sandwich was like. Otherwise, I could just say, well, I'm just making you a cheese sandwich. That's boring, right? So this is a great way for you to make it. And then when I go to eat it, I get to dunk it right into my pizza sauce, which is my tomato sauce. And I have myself a very own pizza sandwich. So I hope you had a great time today. Don't forget, I want to see some pictures of you making some great pizza sandwiches. And I love to read all about all your creative practices. What else could you add to a pizza sandwich? Be thinking about it. Have a great learning day. Bye.